Hi there, I'm Slightly Froggy, and welcome back to my stream. Today I'm continuing my playthrough of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And where we last left off, we were just done the investigation part of Case 2. We're just getting ready to start the trial. Now, if you saw my first take on the trial, I had a couple of hiccups here and there. I had a few little missteps. So fingers crossed it's going to go a little bit easier this time, fingers crossed. I might need a little bit of help along the way, so if you are able to help me out in the chat, good luck. Thank you, Kwa. Yes, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Because honestly, looking at the clues we have so far, it's obviously leaning in the direction of Toko, but I feel like that's a bit too obvious. I feel like she's the red herring in this case. Because it's like, oh, we're looking, Genocide Jack is the one behind the killing of Chihiro. And it's like, oh, the Genocide Jack is probably somebody with a split personality because they tend to panic after each kill. And we saw Toko kind of freaking out a lot. So, like, that feels a bit too obvious. I think the game's gonna throw us a couple more curveballs before we find out exactly who it was behind the killing of Chihiro. And honestly, I have a lot of questions as to how it happened, but I figure it's like an Ace Attorney game where you figure it out as you go along, which is fine if you're in Danganronpa, not so great if you're an actual lawyer and you're trying to solve a case. You should probably have those answers before you go to trial. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Hopefully I'll do better on the rhythm section of it. It can't be worse than last time. The bar's pretty low. So hopefully you're enjoying your Thursday. I know it's quite hot and sunny where I am. I'm trying to keep the fan on for this stream just because I need that airflow. It is a hot summer so far, and it's not even officially summer yet. Rhythm heaven, more like rhythm hell. Yes, and hello, Yay Day. Welcome back to the stream. Yes, it is rhythm hell when it's me playing. So we'll see what happens. I oddly enough have a terrible sense of rhythm. I get it to hello. Alright, I'll just give it about 2 more minutes and then we will kick things off. So, you know what, let's head to the game. We'll get some of this music. Cutting in now. We got Hina here, who I think we can trust Hina. I don't have a reason to distrust Hina for this one. But then again, this game throws curveballs. It's hard for me to get attached to any of these characters. I do love the music in this game. It's so much fun. Don't get too attached to any characters and you'll be fine. It's impossible. I get attached to like every character. I love kooky characters in strange situations. So unfortunately, I'm attached to almost all of them, which makes the fact that some of them get killed off and some of them are murderers harder. But I know that's the whole thing of the game, the despair element. It really is impossible. Yeah, like you end up gravitating to at least one of them. And like, it's gonna break your heart at some point. Like, man, they gave me the 1-2 punch on Case 1. I don't trust them now. Because I'm like, I like Leon and I like Junko. And then it's like, ah, what? Yes, I'm still lamenting about Leon and Junko. Sayaka, but those two I'm still, like, harping on here. Alright, give it another minute, and then we'll be good to go. So what I'll want to do is I'll probably want to go over the evidence, the truth bullets, one more time, just to kind of get a refresh since Monday night. Alright. It is 7:30, my dudes. Okay. So before we go in the red door, I'm just gonna go over the truth bullets. So, there's quite a few here. So, Monokuma file number 2. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Yeah, 1 second. I was trying to remember the girls' locker room thing for some... because I know there was a swap with the boys' locker room. Was she found in the boys' locker room or the... At least she didn't suffer. We don't know that. She was stuck in murder school. She was suffering, just not in death, maybe, hopefully not. Blow to the head with a blunt object, killed instantly. Okay. Sakura's account. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Aoi, and may have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. I still don't know why that is. Like, maybe she was embarrassed, but, like, I feel like she'd be game for that. Didn't suffer physically. Okay, yeah, that's that little detail. Despite this, Chihiro had stated that she desired help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. Well, yeah, she didn't hit herself in the head with the weight. There, the dumbbell. Dumbbell was found on the floor of the girls' locker room, had a significant amount of blood on it. Lots of pink blood there. Mondo's account. Chihiro told anyone willing to listen she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admires strength more than anything else. Hey Kay, welcome back to the stream. Some assume that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything, which is strange. Like, for like, a dainty little programmer to be all about physical strength is a little... That's different, but maybe it was like Sayaka, where she's like, I need to be able to defend myself. Card reader. Oh. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your E-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys' locker room, female students for the girls. It is not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school regulations, although we found there is that loophole where you can use somebody else's handbook who's already been killed off. The handbook of each student that has died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. So right now we've got a collection of, it says 3, but I guess technically there's now 4. So we got Chihiro's there. The broken handbook belonging to Leon. It's apparently a rare occurrence that it's been broken. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it is assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have broken. So somebody was messing around with it, most likely. Genocide Jack case file. Suspected genocide Jack victims include Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, and Shoji Gaku, among countless others. They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime, written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Aoi's account. There's a lot of accounts in this one. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from the other girls at the school, even from the beginning. Which is odd. Like, I figured she, like, I don't know, the character type, she always, like, those character types always gravitate to other girls, usually. Like, I could see her hanging out with Hina and Sakura. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably well with her male classmates. She's not like other girls. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Yeah, that was the tea, the coffee protein shake that Sakura was using. 2 locker room posters. The blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. So there's been a swap. The carpets and the posters have been swapped. Chihiro's e-handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. So somebody used it to get somewhere. Maybe to get... No, they wouldn't have used it to get into the girl... Wait. Okay. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, and that was the problem I had with the last one too, was that I was getting too far ahead of where the pacing of what it wanted me to do. But if 2 people can't go in at the same time, that means if they swapped it, she was in the boys' room. Did she use Leon's to get in? And then somebody came in with theirs and then took hers? Why would she go into the boys' locker room? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Status of the dead body. Chihiro's body has been suspended and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. I'm sure she was strung up afterwards. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain on the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. You figure Monokuma would have a decent, cleanup team to take care of that. Library desk lamp. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often, however, the extension cord had gone missing at some point and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. Okay, so the cord from his lamp has gone missing. He's tied to this in some way. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, because yeah, he said something like, oh, I don't know what happened to it. The night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she had stuffed some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Yeah, she was in her uniform. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Okay, so somebody's gonna say they spotted her with it, or... Interesting. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully. I might need some help along the way. So I'm counting on you, chat. Oh, look at our suspects. Ahem, so, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Are we missing? Yeah, Toko's not here. That's not good.
Huh?
And Toko is... You really don't remember? Yeah, there's not that many of us. Come on, Monokuma.
Come on.
Kidding. I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? That's not nice. She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna
Okie
do?
dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh, this isn't gonna be good. We're gonna be stuck in an elevator with her. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not happy. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible.
Phew.
Oh, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator. Let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Man, what a way to go. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Alright, sorry, I'm just noticing my lighting's a little... getting a little dark here. And the murderer is stupid. No, the person trying to figure it out is stupid. We're gonna figure this out. Okay. Mondo, let's start with you.
Hey, come on.
Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? I don't know. There's been a murder. I don't know. I know there's been a murder before, but... You ready? We doing this? Taka? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice prevails. Right, bro? Oh, right. Him and Mondo are like BFFs now.
Well then.
I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't think it's Sakura. Kyoko. Hiding in the back.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Hifumi. I don't think
Very
it's
sad.
Miss Fujisaki. I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Even he couldn't resist her charms. They ain't BFFs, they boyfriends. Yeah, I believe it. They got that bromance. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. That's okay. Most 3D people find you cringe, Hifumi. Ooh. Say who you think it is before you do the trial. I don't know. I know it's not Toko, though, just because it feels too obvious going into it. She's very obviously got some kind of split personality, which is indicative of Genocide Jack, but there's gonna be a twist. And I feel like I'm leaning towards Byakuya, but that almost feels too obvious, too. I don't know. I'm waiting and seeing. I have some ideas, but I'm like counting them out, and it's like whoever's left. I don't know, maybe it was Celeste, I don't know. Is there something odd about Toko's behavior? I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. Well, I mean, you weren't much help on the last one either, so... I mean, consistency, Ina. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Yeah, like, I'm leaning towards Byakuya, but at the same time, it's like, he's really pushing the investigation really hard. So, like, if he did it, you'd think he would just sit back and just let us flounder, you know? We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Yeah, because last time he was just panicking because he's like, it wasn't me. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. As we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, ding, dinner's ready, came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very
Good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
well.
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
Grills, chills, kills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. All right, I have to get reacquainted with the trial system. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Yes, I definitely want to save. Just in case. Set skills. I don't need the handbook. What ability? Whoever killed Chihiro will be declared worst boy or girl. Yeah! Increases your truth bullet rate of fire, effective during the non-stop debate in the bullet time class final. 3 SP. Wait, was there a despair there? I don't think so. I didn't catch one. I think we're good. Algorithm increases the speed of memorizing a statement, effective during the non-stop debate, costs 2 SP. How do I regain SP? Because I've noticed it went down, I guess, from last time. Or I guess you earn it back maybe at the end of the trial? Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Ooh. Vocabulary. Increases bullet capacity, effective during the bullet time battle. Ooh. You have enough SP. Okay. Because it shows 6 out of 13, so it's just like, oh, I figured it'd be like, you get more SP for doing friend events. Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Suggestions for which one I should get. You had 10 last trial, now you have 13. Oh, because I'm seeing like 6 out of 13 SP. So I assume that's all I had. Use them all. Okay, cool. Let's go for it then. Okay, so I think we start with Robot Jock. Algorithm. Oh! If you can't. Oh, wait. Well, that's it. That's all of them. Alright, let's go for it. Finish preparations. Oh boy, here we go. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
So excited. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. The dumbbell. We know this. Make your argument. Locker room dumbbell. Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yes.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Yep.
No, that's wrong.
An iron pipe, really, dude?
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
Well, the poster had blood. Maybe they just rolled it up and hit her really hard.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
The class trial. It's time to once again figure out who the victim is. We know it's Chihiro. It's dumbbell and not dumbbell. Oh, the spelling? This wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yeah.
You looked at her head wound?
We have to investigate, Hina.
That's so creepy!
If you
Kyoko
don't
was
mind,
unfazed.
I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Started watching the anime of this game. The dub is strange. Is it the same voice actors for the anime compared to the game? Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Ifumi might be kind of stupid, but you can't deny his voice is... Oh, okay. Only Makoto has the same one. Oh, interesting. So they recast it. But I guess if this was made quite a while ago, it might have been difficult to... Yeah, I wanted just a quick refresher. Sorry, guys, for this debate. White noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. There's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. Okay, so do you have to hold down the right and then click the left? Munakuma's voice. Oh, Greg Ayres. I love Greg Ayres. Okay, sick. Yeah, he would fit really well for that. Okay. It's just a guess. I think it's the one who died was Chihiro. How do you guys think the one who died? Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say it's Chihiro unless it's a very convincing body double. No, just left click. Okay, so, but it says right mouse button to attach the silencer. So you just click it right and then you press left to hit the white noise? Possible. She's best. I know, but this game is all about despair. They kill off the best ones and leave you with garbage. She couldn't possibly die. Because, yeah, it says press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. Okay. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise... Oh. Time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. Shoot, because I'm trying to remember the... I'm not on gentle, am I? I'm like the medium difficulty. No, I'm kind. Okay. Oh, okay. That's it. That's the thing. It's like gentle, kind, and then monster mode, I guess. Whatever the last one is. In which case, you can forget about the silencer. Just focus on the situation in front of you. Okay. Good luck. Have fun. Okay. Kind of want to try shooting. Inside Jack case file. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that's it. Oh, you just right
That's
click.
impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. Gentle, have to read all that tutorial. By the way, here's all these rules, and you can discard them.
Might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
You didn't find it. It was pointed out to you.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
There was lots of weird stuff in the library, man. I know you're probably not much of a reader, but you should have checked it out. Byakuya said the case is closed. Well, shoot, I'm ready to cast my vote. Well, I mean, if he says it, I mean... Oh, KTB Media, hello, and welcome to the stream. Alright.
the why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
No, the why's pretty important.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Yes, and the body's strung up.
That's right. Boob lust.
Nope. You're one letter off there, Hifumi.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Thanks, Hifumi.
Why
Very
don't
cool.
you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic that the world at large doesn't know about, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned.
I got it!
Forgot he had said that, so I
Apparently,
can chuckle out of that.
in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body
Hifumi's
in a
your
certain
favorite
way.
KTB media? Okay. I mean, everybody's entitled to stan who they're gonna stan. The killer suspends the body
Other
in a
than the
certain
killer,
way.
the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
Okay.
However, Chihiro was most
Except this guy.
definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide
It's a
Jack
character that's fun to
is
make fun.
one of
Yeah,
us?
you know what? You feel no guilt when you make fun of Hifumi.
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
I just love how plain he's like, oh yeah, by the way, Toko's the one who did it, so
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of
Hemophobia,
serial killer
isn't
is
it?
afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
all of us are yes and no the killer. It's Schrodinger's murderer.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
So I think we can pretty much guarantee that Yasuhiro is like never gonna be the murderer, because I think we'd figure it out in like 2 seconds. The man is not very smart. It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Wait, Schrodinger. Yeah, it's like Schrodinger's cat, where the cat's in the box and you don't know whether it's alive or dead. So it is both alive and dead. Hi? Oh my goodness, I'm on a time limit. Wait. I hope this is a plot twist. Keep shooting letter till it pops. Oh. Schizophrenia, hey! Okay.
Now I understand.
You got time? I had like 5 minutes. I don't know, part of me's just like, if I don't
Is
do it
because
quick,
Genocide Jack
the time
has
adds
a
up.
split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Hifumi the simp, even for 3D. God, it was faster than I did it. Well, because I was looking at the letters, and it's just like, we didn't have a ton to work with, and it's just like, I'm thinking like split personalities, and it's like, okay, like schizophrenia, but obviously I don't have enough letters for it, so it's just like, okay.
Toko's strange behavior after
Schizo,
seeing the
I don't
body
think is
is proof
a good
enough
term
that
for
she has
that.
a split personality.
Strange behaviors, body proves enough she has a split personality disorder. Zoinks. One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Yeah, her behavior changed. She like had that weird freak out. Her
You're
tongue was
talking
sticking
about
out of her
how she
mouth.
started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up,
Byakuya is so guiding this. Like, I'm not trusting this boy. Oh, there's that face again. The ahegao, sorta. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Oh. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top inning and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
I mean, when you stutter all the time and then you suddenly stop stuttering and you
not
start
to
making,
mention,
like,
once she
weird
regained
claims.
consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Some would say the other one craves it, like a vampire.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Yeah, she was saying that. She's just like, I can't let him out or something like that. So it's a bit obvious. It's a bit too obvious. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I mean, just observing her kind of gives it away.
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Oh.
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
That's a very specific thing that happened just between the two of you.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh, okay. She actually did tell him. Like, I know she was, like, crushing on him pretty hard.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
Oh, you're gonna be next, Byakuya.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Man, ice cold, Byakuya.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
How long ago did she tell him this?
But in spite of that promise,
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Oh, that's what that was referring to. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Are we gonna get to talk to, like, her Genocide Jack
You said
side?
if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh my god. Okay, but did he say that, or did she just, like, infer that?
That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Oh, she inferred it. Oh no, Toko. I feel so bad for her.
But you weren't able to do it.
Oh.
You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the
You're a
opening
dead
act
man
is
now.
nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Toko's voice actor killed it here. Yeah, she's doing a great job. Like, the stuttering is tough. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second...
Oh, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Thanks, I hate it. Oh no.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Genocide Jill? I find it weird that she wouldn't have corrected that at some point.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, you and me both, Mondo.
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality.
Oh, they even changed like the title on her dialogue box.
One of them happens to be a serial killer. You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Oh, this is terrifying. I don't like this.
So
You don't want the police to find out the gender. Oh, that's true. Make it easier to hide.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Yeah, the voice actress is really knocking it out of the park. Yeah, kind of kia-ha-ha laugh. Yeah. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane. Makoto, I don't know if you know what's happening right now. You're locked in a murder school with a robot bear, and you're forced to kill each other. At this point, just roll with it, buddy.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's that? You go out with me? Oh, I do like the tongue thing. I hate, but just like the goofiness of the characters, a lot of fun.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Monokuma stepping in being like, well, actually, not the entire situation, Hifumi.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
She's monologuing.
Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
But why Chihiro, though?
A motive?
Yeah.
Remember what Monokuma told us?
Jack is best girl.
If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Oh, yeah, the Genocide Jack secret would get out.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack.
Yeah, we still don't know why it's Chihiro, though.
If a secret like that came to light,
Also, I don't
Toko's
know if she
life
can
would have
pick that up.
undoubtedly been forever ruined.
The dumbbell. That looks quite heavy for her. It wasn't about Yaoi. Aw. See, I figured it would have been. I just like that their heads are so small and their hands are so big.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Like,
yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
why would she lie at this point? She's already revealed her identity to us. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Alright. Make your argument. Status of the dead body. Heat up.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
Nah, I think she would have said. Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must have the answer. Okay. I think it was Byakuya's line.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that,
just
but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Seconds.
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Let's see what happens. Alright.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
No, because in like all the pictures, they had scissors stabbed into them. I know she probably didn't have access to scissors here, but
I think
it's
there's
not
a
the same
slight
kind of
difference
killing
between the
method.
genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Dude, you thought it was a metal pipe.
You don't
We're not
know?
even gonna consult you in this.
Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction.
Yeah, see, you can see all the different scissors.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
I know. If you had said, by the way, this game's gonna name drop Chef Boyardee and ragu, I would have been like, psh, nah. She crucifies everyone she kills. But, like, Chihiro was in the crucified position, but there's the scissors. And also, if I'm remembering right, all the victims are dudes.
This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the genocide Jack cases and this.
Chihiro should be worshipped. Aww. She's a sweetie pie. There's one clear difference between the murders. The photos from the other genocide Jack cases, let's look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The fatal injury.
I got it!
Because it wasn't a head wound.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
I mean, like I said, maybe she didn't have access to the scissors, but I don't think it's her.
And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
Here we go, the pasta again.
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So,
Making him
you
hungry.
saying the other difference has to do with how
The
the body
stoner's
was
getting hungry
arranged?
because we're talking about food. Has to be with how the body was arranged. That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. Yeah, in the photos, the other genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Yeah, what was used to when she was suspended? How the body was posed. Yeah, what was used to suspend her, because it was the cord.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide
they were
Jack
stabbed
cases,
into place.
something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
I like Genocide Jill, despite being a murderer. Not in this case.
And you know what else?
She's entertaining. I still hate the tongue, though.
Big Mac said there's two differences,
Mac.
but he's wrong.
I'm gonna be calling Makoto Big Mac from now on.
Big
Everything
Mac?
to do with food. Yeah.
Are you referring to me?
Yeah, Big Mac.
Listen up, Big Mac.
tuna.
There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims
You know what?
were
Yeah, I
in
think you
each
have called him
genocide Jack
Big Mac
case.
Yay Day at some points, and I'm just like, who? Makoto. Didn't notice. Just take a look who the victims were in each genocide Jack
There's
case.
a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
They all dudes.
Pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
We got a regular lolly girl, and we got a gothic Lolita girl. We got all our bases covered in Danganronpa. There's a pattern. Chihiro didn't fit in. If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is that Chihiro was her lover, because Chihiro was a girl.
I got it!
Tip of her
Is
tongue
it
must be so
because
dry.
Chihiro
Yeah,
was a girl?
Not a lolicon, I swear. Chihiro's adorable. I don't blame you.
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
I just love her enthusiasm.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
These all dudes. 32 said, what's up with the ages? 14, 30. How'd she pick her victims?
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh my god, I'm like so embarrassed.
The hell is wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, I'm with Mondo.
I can't help it! I'm just a full
Mondo's just my inner monologue right now.
and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Yes, that's it. That's a yaoi. Full throttle boy-on-boy fangirl. Aw, Genocide Jill is a yaoi fan. She's a fujoshi. Knew it.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
Oh, here we go with the noodles. Man, you're making me hungry for ramen, Genocide
I
Jill.
have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
But there's plenty of dudes for her to kill. Why wouldn't she just go for one of them? No, she has. Oh yeah, she does have a man, and that's the thing too. She's got a crush on Byakuya, and he's also gotten her mad. Like I feel like killing him would satisfy both sides of that for her.
Quiet, lolly car!
Like he's a dead man walking if he didn't do this murder.
Lowly
He's gotta watch out.
cur.
I'm a rich boy. I'm not a filthy pleb like the rest of you.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
But how could you?
Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
I mean, he's
Are
right.
you sure about that?
Ooh. That's like a
She's
JoJo
fully
pose
equipped.
right there.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't,
Yeah.
can you? Gutter dogs, all of you!
Best pose. Yeah, this is like with the braids flying. It is like a JoJo pose. Like
Not to question. I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal. and
Well,
not some copycat killer or whatever.
There's only one other person that would know that information, huh? Okay. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select someone. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Here's my answer.
Yes, the boy.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents.
Worst boy.
Or internal
Oh, here we go
police
again.
records.
Byakuya, worst boy or best boy?
Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Somebody's being awfully quiet right now.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Debates.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard because he wanted to
Projecting.
pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Oh, Byakuya, you're gonna want to watch out, buddy.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
Hello, Ordinary Star. Ahoy, hoy. Welcome back to the stream.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
He looks pretty happy about
Then
this.
I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
As soon as you got to this school and started talking. You have been suspicious this whole time.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Yeah. In the locker rooms. He knew where it was right away. Very suspicious. Indeed, wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
It was a clear contradiction what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Tell them, Makoto. Yes. What is this? Now we're going to add something called a truth flashback. Okay. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. In this case. Yeah, this one's pretty interesting so far. I feel like I'm just getting the training wheels off, so we'll see how this goes. Can be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. You don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets. Might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. Interesting. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck, have fun. Ooh, okay. Let's give this a try. Make your argument.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Okay, I'm not sure.
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. Why? Because we found her... Absolute... Ooh, what was the contradiction about Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction there. Okay, so I guess I'll try it there, I guess? Because it said left click. It doesn't make sense how we could have known before we'd even found it. How he know that she was dead. That's true. Okay. Make that contradiction clear. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
Wasn't that?
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Oh, save me. Okay, so let me try that again.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check the outfit,
don't say that. Don't say it like that.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
What, you think there's some mistake lurking in what I said?
Shoot!
Oh. Wait, it said left click to do that. Tutorial said suck up... Oh, so what, I have to hold it instead? Instead of shooting it? Okay, let me try that again.
So, you said Byakuya was acting tough, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity that...
Yeah, one sec. Focus gauge, concentration, fast forward, weak spots, firing truth bullets, loading truth bullets. If you target a weak spot, then hold down the left button. Oh, you hold it down. I know how to skip forward, it's control, but... Okay. Okay.
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, so now that I've loaded it... Miyaka's comment about it.
So,
Okay.
you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we
Where to
found the
fire
body.
it now?
But he was acting weird... How?
I guess the
You're
comment he made?
presented with the opportunity to check out the...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
Oh, crap. I'm losing hearts. Okay. I'm getting there, guys. Okay, so I guess I have to use that for, okay.
Was acting
For that one, I guess?
Found the body.
Okay.
He was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Contradiction. Okay, so I'll try and use it on Hina's comment then.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Shoot!
Oh boy, okay. So am I just supposed to launch it at any statement then? I assumed I could only launch it at the yellow ones. Do the opposite. So launch it... What does that mean? Suck up Hina's? And use a... Oh! Okay. Let's try that.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
I thought I would have to loop it around.
Weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro.
Okay.
No, it's wrong.
Alright. I lost a few hearts on that one, but...
I'll tell you what's so
I can't
strange
afford to
about
keep
that.
screwing these up.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. but your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's
You're
wrong?
just saying it.
Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with his attitude? Well, I'm accusing him of murder, so, I mean, he has every reason to, like, not be happy about this. It's like he doesn't even care. Yeah. Got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Tell him, Makoto. Yeah,
There
Big Mac.
is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The lamp cord. Take that, wannabe Edgeworth. He is so wannabe Edgeworth, honestly. Kyoko finally... I know, Kyoko's staying pretty quiet in this for somebody who's probably trying not to die. Difference between this case and the other. What could it be? It's the lamp. It's the lamp. It's the cord. Yes.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Ah, liar!
No!
Liar! Break.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yeah, you're using it to read your books.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
He's a man of great detail.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
It's probably not that simple, buddy.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Now I'm just getting confused. We're getting into double negatives territory
You're
here.
calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
No, I'd be freaking out if he was losing.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Monokuma
We
better
don't
not cut
need
in being
to.
like, no,
We've
get to the
already
point.
decided who did it.
I know, but still,
There's the question of the doors, though. Like the different locker rooms.
there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
How did he get in, though?
What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... No, she was killed in the boys' locker room because the blood got on the poster. Anyone who says pray tell can't be trusted. That is true. That's like extra dramatic. I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Genocide Jack's presence, the scene of... Yeah, the scene of the crime.
I got it! You
Wait, is
say
that wrong?
you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Yeah.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did you just say? Did I just take you off guard? Yeah, he looks unsettled. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe he never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. But he did arrange the body. Like, his is the only one that makes sense, but he didn't know where the body was?
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched, yeah, between the boys and the girls' locker room. That would be the posters.
I got it!
Ooh, I'm getting hearts back. Oh, that's it, because I saw the half heart, so I thought I was in trouble there.
That's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Well, yeah. Attention to detail, Byakuya. You got these glasses. Figure it out, buddy.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boob supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
Well, that's a very outdated way of looking at preferences in gender, Makoto. But he's right.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yeah, because we did see the big boob poster in the men's locker room.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Aw, she's a smart one. I like Sakura.
Protein coffee?
I hope it wasn't
I was
her
in
who
the
killed
girls'
her.
locker room earlier. I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. The carpets were switched. It was moved. Let's see. There.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed
All
away.
coming together.
In fact, I found
Yeah,
it on the
Makoto, I totally
boys'
hang a
locker room
98 degrees
carpet.
poster on my wall over a Megan Fox poster or whatever. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want either of those posters.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I would recognize that stain anywhere.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Can't forget about the poop. Yeah, it was totally protein coffee. I totally didn't try to lift something way too heavy and then shit myself. I mean, totally didn't happen. Carpets were switched.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
And the dumbbell.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took
Should have
place.
been wearing a skirt. You gotta get that breeze.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
She's got a point. Why?
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
How did she get there?
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Yeah. That's it.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
Maybe she used Leon's, but... No, she couldn't have because it made its way back into the file cabinet. It was broken.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
Yeah.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Please tell us. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Okay. Okay. How'd she get in? Broken e-handbook. Oh, I guess he's saying she used the handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
It's really good, yeah.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
She couldn't have because we found it in the case.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
No.
Why not?
Because someone would have had to put it back.
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh, and it was broken. I focused on the wrong detail there.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Yeah, Chihiro, just sit back and let the smart people talk, okay?
I am struck silent by how quickly you
I
gave
say
up.
having just said a stupid thing.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Yeah.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
But then why would she go in the guys' one, though? Like, what would she stand to gain by going into the guys' locker room?
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts glaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
There's no handbook. What other handbooks are there?
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No, because that still doesn't explain the poster swap. Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room. Byakuya is the one who really did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Kyoko, coming in for the save.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Would she climb through a vent?
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
I didn't know we could call breaks. Monokuma, can we call breaks? Sorry, I'm just adjusting my lighting because it's starting to get a little dark in here now.
Wait.
The recess.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, see, now he's just like, wait a minute. I didn't say you could do that.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Ooh, exciting. She clipped through the walls using a speedrun cheat. She just T-posed and established dominance.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
The tips and tips I gave her. Yeah. No, I gave that to Chihiro. Oh, yeah, how she got in.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Man, you could just call a recess anytime if you just promise Monokuma it's gonna be something exciting.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Shall we dance? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was to the scene of the crime again.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Why is Taka being super defensive right now? Like, you'd think he'd be like, yeah, what is it? Not, what are you trying to pull, young lady?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
What, you want to check it again?
Be sure to
He's just upset
examine the
another friend's
entire
dead.
body very carefully. Take...
Examine her carefully?
No!
Like, using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
I mean, you can absolutely be creeped out. It's weird.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body.
It's weird circumstances.
Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's
She's
okay.
afraid of nothing.
I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Probably.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
You can trust me. I'm a doctor.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Ooh, Yuri. First Yaoi, now Yuri. Oh no, Chihiro was hiding a gun. Where was she hiding the gun?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Aw. Sakura is I want to say gentleman, but she's not. She's a lady, damn it. She's a ladies' lady. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Gentle ogre. Aw.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Oh my... Didn't I say that at one point? Like, I threw out just like random theories and I was just like, maybe Chihiro's not a girl. Or something. It was at that moment Yade realized he might not be as straight as he thought. It's a trap. It's fine. There's nothing gay about traps. You're into traps at least. Oh. But wait, wouldn't that... I know, there's no way Genocide Jill knew this information, but then it still fits with her MO at least. If it was her who did it, which it wasn't.
So she was actually a he. Interesting.
He's taking this very well.
Thank you for confirming this fact.
Oh no, he's not taking it well at all. Sakura touched a pee. She probably... That's maybe the first one she's ever seen.
You're joking, right?
Oh no, oh no. Oh, it reminded me of something. Anyway.
I wouldn't joke about this.
A brush with Penn Island.
Then it's really true?
Huh.
Chihiro was a guy?
I guess that's why she was always
you
hanging
guys
out with the
didn't
guys.
know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Really? Monokuma? That moment when you renamed Dream Island to Penn Island.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, no, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
Is that Kyoko figure it out? I guess by the fact that she was in the boys' locker room, the only way she could get in was because she had the right handbook for it. Interesting.
Yes,
That certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Kyoko also touched. Nothing says she touched it, but she did look.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
All right,
We've
now
all
what
just
happens from
learned
here?
of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl,
Chihiro's best
but a boy.
Yeah. Even better than Big Mac? To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room.
Okay.
And was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
But that means that whoever killed her was likely also a boy, because they had to get in too. And I finally don't have to double check my messages referring to Chihiro. Yes, that spoiler is now out in the open now.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
Yeah.
So
But not to
really
get into the
was
boys'
killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Oh, Byakuya, did you study it closely? Were you checking out Chihiro?
This is the most titillating situation!
No, it's just flat. There's nothing.
So now everything
Yes.
has been connected. All the mysteries
Bad joke,
have
I'm sorry.
finally become clear.
Okay.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He doesn't seem too bothered.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Yes, because he's the only other one who could have.
But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
So why would he arrange the body?
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
We're learning
just
new
seems to be
information
too
here, Hifumi.
Easygoing
Calm
about all
down.
this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Whew, sneeze.
And you think
Spring
that might be
allergies.
because
Always
it
fun.
doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
Yeah.
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least,
Why?
that's how I see it.
Yeah.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Maybe he's just a really good actor.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct
I
for
guess.
the time being.
Half points.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Why, though? What did you gain from doing that?
Are you fucking with us right now?
Because right now it just looks like he just did it to be a shit disturber.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
It's a game. I know, but like if we get it wrong, he dies too if he's not the killer.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why
Gaining
do you do
confirmation
that to his
Toko's
body?
Genocide Jack. Oh, that's all he wanted? Well, what is he, like a policeman or something? Like, oh yes, Genocide Jack will be killed if we get it wrong, but guess what? He's also dead.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya
Were
did it.
you not listening?
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
He's so stupid.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as
Why
a group
is
one
Taka
more
being
time.
super
We still have time to
defensive
make
right
our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Hide and seek of the truth. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
It's the only thing that makes sense at this point. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Alright, here we go. Make your argument. Celeste's account. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said
Yeah.
something by now.
What the hell is Taka
Perhaps
doing?
someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Ah, damn it! That's wrong.
Shoot!
I should have I have to listen to these first before I start firing truth bullets.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well,
Clues, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
Yay! No! Not game over!
Okay, no, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that. Okay, I'm just trying to think of what point to use it at.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing.
Okay, I think I needed to use it at Sakura's
Nobody
bit
get a
there.
look at the... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
Because it's not this.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim?
Is that true?
The killer. And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
Okay. Alright. Celeste did see her.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Man, I don't like the fact that Chihiro identifies as a I'm sure this game probably gets on the nerves of people who identify as trans, because now they're referring to Chihiro as a he when they identify as a she. But
Now
what do you
that
think,
you
Celeste?
mention it, yes, I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Yeah, you were keeping that little bit of information to
The
yourself.
rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before
patient.
nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to
Point is
exercise.
meant to be that yes, Chihiro identifies as a boy, but is pretending to be a girl. Okay. Oh, it's a Naoto from Persona 4 situation, I guess. Though it is
find
Japan.
anything like that at the murder scene.
duffel bag, but we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene. They aren't great with this stuff. Yeah, they don't have the greatest track record with progressive views on gender.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Or maybe they didn't.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
He wouldn't have been able to get in.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Fumi, stop calling everyone misters. You aren't their student.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
What? We do?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Why? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Is she lying?
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Okay, Alright, I'm a little lost here. Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about this killer? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what connection they're trying to draw here with the jacket. Somehow it's really hard to believe. Alright, let's listen and find out. Celeste's account. Heat up.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
Yes.
He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. 'Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
Oh, okay.
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Did you hear it? You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it? I didn't catch it. Let me try and listen to it again. She's right, what he said just now is really odd. Who, though? Pay close attention. Okay, I'm trying. Alright. See if something contradicts what you know. That's the thing, that we don't know a lot about the jackets. So it's like I don't know what to draw from. Celeste said there was a blue tracksuit. Okay. I got it. Okay. She did say that, yes. which means... Wait, oh, but she said that out loud to everybody, didn't she? Dang it. She did say the blue tracksuit, or did she just say a tracksuit? Oh, she didn't say it. Oh, okay. Okay, so then that makes it... Alright. Alright.
First of all,
She told you about
we
the...
know where Chihiro was
She
headed.
told me about the color,
He
but
was
she didn't...
on his
not
way
in-
to go exercise.
Okay.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the
Somebody...
specific
Only one person
tracksuit?
would know what color that
got it.
tracksuit
He
was.
picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Bang bang, baby.
No,
Mondo, no! Don't tell me it's Mondo. Why?
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
What'd I say?
Oh.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
So I'm stuffing a track J. Yeah, I was trying to remember if she had said the name out loud to the rest of us, because I know she told me it was blue. Could be Mondo. I hope it's not. Man! Then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Uh-oh, wah. There's also suspicious Taka. Yeah, Taka's acting weird. Because they... Oh, were they accomplices? Did they work together?
What are you? You just...
Did they plan it out in the sauna?
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
It was blue.
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
Just you, Big Mac.
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it.
They were disposed of.
The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
I like her little food nicknames for everybody. There's Big Mac, there's Cherry.
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh yeah? When?
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
Nope, it was in the bag.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Chihiro had it in the bag. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. Yeah, well, because I guess it's a boy's tracksuit. Just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah, and you weren't in the warehouse either. Oh,
It
Mondo!
would appear you dug your own grave.
Man, is this back-to-back, like, delinquent murders? We're running out of delinquents we can...
Perhaps.
in this
But
game.
you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Oh.
That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However,
I like
Mondo
Kyoko.
was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
What, because he's the ultimate delinquent?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
I mean,
That's a good question.
because I hate him. The way he talked? Man, I'm answering for Kyoko right now. Wait. Yes. Oh, yeah. He talking? No, I'm not gonna lose a heart. I love that that's an option, but it's the way he talked. Yeah. No! I already picked. Sorry, Ade.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. for girls, it's chick.
That's true. He did refer to Chihiro as a dude previously. I remember, because I noticed that he said that. Like, this was, I think, at, like, the scene of the crime or whatever, and it was like, that's weird, but then again, like, I call women dudes sometimes,
And after he
so-
was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked
thought that
up
was
on
just like a
that,
quirky
it occurred
thing
to
he
me
did.
that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
I feel like Genocide Jill is, like, into that, though.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really
Burn
you?
her. No!
Did you really kill Chihiro?
Did you do it?
What
secret was he trying to
I
hide?
didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
Mondo, are you really stupid? Who killed Best Boy?
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
What is that voice change in Hifumi?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not
Just
be all that
tell
relevant.
us.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
Oh, is it her handbook?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime,
the only
right?
one.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Interesting. So somebody's figured out how to
Imagine
break
the
it.
culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're
You're
not.
right.
They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall for all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
So who was the one who broke it?
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. By hacking it, by hitting its weak point, by explaining. I think, yeah, Monokuma said there was a weak spot, right? By hitting its weak
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Man, he's not gonna tell us because then we're all gonna start breaking them.
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow
Pinky
me
promise.
to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
The sauna!
I flippin' knew it!
So what was Chihiro's hand? In the sauna, though?
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Why didn't you tell us that? Ifumi can't cuss.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yeah, that's really hot.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin.
Good to
If
know.
the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Oh, and that's why you sit still
So
in a
when
sauna.
you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you
Anyway,
found the
back
victim's
to the
handbook in
game.
the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Was that not Leon's e-handbook?
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
Well, we know two people that spent quite a lot of time in the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the
Oh,
one who may
no.
have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Might have brought their handbook into the sauna. Had to be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo. Oh, Mondo.
Here's my answer.
Oh.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
He
What?
switched it with Leon's.
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
I love how
Remember?
like the goofy little side plot thing ended up being like
And for
this
the contest,
closely tied
Mondo
to,
just
like,
so happened
the
to keep
trial.
his school uniform
It's
on.
interesting. I like it.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
Which means he got his hands on Chihiro's.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Oh boy, here we go. Make your argument. Oh boy. Hope versus despair. Oh no, I have to cycle through these.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Sure, Mondo's handbook broke during their sauna showdown, if I can just prove that. Okay. Because part of me is like, is it the card reader? Because that might have the information, but Chihiro wouldn't hurt a mosquito. Like, why would Chihiro... Sure, Mondo's handbook broke during theirs. That will show the handbook Mondo has must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look!
Okay, so I have to figure out
Makoto
which...
was wrong after all! Mondo
Oh,
wouldn't
crap.
hurt a fly!
Oh, crap. I accidentally silencered. Oh, shoot, okay. I don't know which one to use. I know, I'm probably like, I know this is a very stupid thing to get stuck on. Okay, so I have the choice between the card reader, Chihiro's, and the broken one. But I can't access the broken one. Broken e-handbook, okay. And I would use that when Mondo says it?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Okay, I'm gonna try using it.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
No, that's wrong.
Okay. Thank you, Kwa, for the assist.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
Well, that's, yeah, you'd have
What
to
is
show
that
me.
supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you
I was
talking
overthinking
about?
it. That was my bad.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works.
That's gonna be
I
Leon's.
think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well,
Oh boy, we're coming up on
here's
2
how I look
hours.
at it.
Dang it.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student.
I figured in
but
2
if they're
hours we could
dead,
get the trial
they're not
done.
a student.
We might have to extend this just a titch.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
Keep calling him Leon instead of 11037 is kind of cringe. Nearly done. Okay.
As such,
But there's still like
I
2 more mini
decree
games
that
I haven't done
exchanging
yet.
handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning?
There are 2 mini games left. Yes, there are. Yeah. There's
That
the comic,
way,
there's the
everything
manga
will
one,
become
and then there's
clear.
the rhythm game.
And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Okay, so I think this is the manga one. Yep, here we go. Begin. Finish thought. Oh. 19 minutes. Okay. So... that there. And she... use the keyboard. Okay, no worries. I'm just sorting through this. I came in, saw who it was. Okay, and there was the... Wait. No, because it wasn't on the ground yet. Yeah. And then she's on the ground, then they rolled it up. Ooh, what order was this in? Here, I'm just doing the letter for some reason. Okay. girls' locker room. Drop them in. Yeah, because that was the carpet. And it was the poster. And go into the girls' locker room. Use the key card to open it. This there. Drop them off. Left, and then the Yakuya came in with that. They wrote it. And then, what is going on here? There? Ooh, did I misplace something here? Okay, there was the poster. No, that couldn't be it. Took the poster down. Went in there. What else could it have been? Ooh, I'm getting a little stumped here, guys. I think I've got one of these in a spot it's not supposed to be. Dang, I've already spent 5 minutes on this. Yeah, the girls' locker room to get in. What is here? He's holding the body. Not holding the body in that one. Because I thought it was like door opening. No, that's a doorknob. That's the sauna one. Okay. So I believe I'm still missing one. Sauna one is e-handbook. The one where it's on the floor. Oh! Let's see. I don't have one where the e-handbook is on the floor. Oh, this. Oh. There. The doorknob in the right place and then the sauna. It took me a moment. Or wait. Or is that here? Is this right? I still have no clue what goes here. Opens it. He's holding her. So he can't really do too much. Or is it like... Is it putting up the poster? Guys, gotta get a bit of a hand, please. Pretty sure it's the poster? Okay. Because I know it's very particular about order. Okay, let's... Wait, hold on. You know what? I'll give it a go.
Here's exactly what happened.
Because it'll let me redo
First,
it if I got
let's
it
take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yeah, it'll tell me when I got
At
something.
the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Like, it's gotta give me some openings for, like, occasionally getting the wrong thing.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Then Chihiro ran off.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Oh, crap. Damn it. Okay, so that was it. Okay. Dang it. Okay, so what was it then? So it wasn't the handbook. But then what else would it have been? Because that's the tap to get in already. Unless... the one next to... oh, it's this one instead. And then walking in? Is this right? Swap them. Oh. No, because she would have needed the key card to get in. Don't swap twice. No, wait. Like this, right? Use her opening the door now. Oh! Gotcha. Okay, there's the doorknob one. Oh. But it's not a doorknob, though. Okay, I gotta zip over this way. Okay. So you're saying it was using that, then opening the door. What tiles do I have left? I have the weight. I have the card. So I want Chihiro going through a door. Oh, yes. Yeah, oh, dang. So that's that one. Going into the boys one. Oh, and the doorknob goes with the sauna. Yeah, because it uses a handle. It's not a doorknob on the sauna. Okay, so my instinct was correct with the doorknob. So even though we can't see the doorknob in this one. Okay. This looks about right. There was the poster. Okay. Let's give this a go and see how it looks.
The killer is you!
Okay. So I'm just gonna zip through this a little bit.
With
it's
bag in
already...
hand,
Yep.
She made, but how could the victim?
Yep, got that. Ah, and there, she's going in.
Simple.
All right.
Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Chihiro looks so nervous, like, oh, I wasn't expecting this. Okay.
It seems likely that the killer
That
grabbed
one. Sorry, I'm just zipping through this a little
and
bit.
attacked him.
The blood on the poster.
And that's where the blood stains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
It was a very spur-of-the-moment thing, I guess. Okay, poster.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. Then, removing the bloody poster...
Okay, alright. We're getting there,
and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was... After all, Sayaka using one of those.
Okay, alright.
And that's it. With the carpet and the poster, they changed the... That could have been the end of things. but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation.
For whatever reason. Okay. That one was an easy one.
So, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library.
Oh, I don't like the tying. Blood, wrote the bloodlust.
Then, he wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Ah, crap. I was so close, guys. Okay, so it wasn't that one. Then, oh, it was the key. There it is. There we go. Because he had it, and then he threw it, and then it hit.
The killer is you!
Alright, we're just gonna zip on by. Oh, it just continues right where it left off. What? Where's the key? Apparently it wasn't the key. Okay, So then what was it? Because I got the dumbbell, I got the doorknob, which it wasn't that. Oh, it's this. I bet you it's that.
The killer is you!
Hope that wasn't my last heart.
And around the killer, they...
And there we go. Alright.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all...
Oh. Corn hair,
Isn't
why?
That right, Mondo Orada?
Oh.
Wait. No. This can't be right.
I'm sorry, Taka. You're friends with a murderer.
Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence?
You will show us your e-handbook, Mondo.
You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has been added to bullet time battles. Oh, another one? Yes. Yeah, stupid, 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 stupid. Let's talk a bit about fever time and nega time. Oh, no. Okay. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Sorry, what? Oh, is this for the rhythm game? So you can push RMB, L, left mouse button, right mouse. However you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. It's a special meter. Interesting. Okay. That's all we needed was to make the rhythm game harder. Because, man, I just found it so easy last time. Push it, however, to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. This only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Lasts for a while, but can negate any mistakes. Okay, so I hold it, and I can just keep clicking. Is if I'm getting that correctly. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So we've also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. The opponent activates nega time during... No, you don't hold it. Oh, you just press it, and it just goes. Activates nega time during the bullet time battle. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Is he just being an ass? Like, is that the ideal time to use that? You press the button to activate, then it lasts until the focus bar is out of focus. Okay. Surprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Whoop. Then good luck, have fun. Okay. I'm probably gonna screw this one up first time around, guys. I'm sorry. Okay.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you! False! Show me some evidence. I won't listen! Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
First time, baby!
So far is right.
Ooh. Okay.
Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook
Oh, because that's the thing. I'm focusing so much on like pressing and looking at it. I'm not seeing the peripheral on it. So I'm like, man, I hope I'm doing this right.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Oh, Mondo, he's just fessing up to it, man.
Yeah.
I was about to say what a hero, but he also just murdered like a small person for no reason.
I did it.
Yes, I know,
killed
Kwai. I
him.
have little faith in myself when it comes to this rhythm game. Oh, Mondo. B-A-A-A. Not bad. He ain't a hero if he killed the hero. Yeah. No, he didn't kill Yasuhiro. He killed Chihiro. Oh, the other hero. Yes. 83 points. Not bad. Yeah, Mondo, cool dude. Except for the whole murder thing. Not from Concentrate.
what are you
What's a
saying?
mistrial? Cut to achievements.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
He's fessing
Go
up,
ahead,
at least.
Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank!
Phrasing.
Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be?
Taka,
What's
you
it
better
gonna
vote right.
be?
Taka, you better. You better. Ah, Cornhair takes the dive. Majority rolls. Oh, okay. I didn't know if it had to be unanimous.
What?
Uh-oh. This time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is. So, the Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada. Mondo is now declared worst boy. Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Unbelievable.
In case you are wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Not bro at all. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. Yeah, I'm curious, why did he do it?
Actually,
the story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. No, never! I need to know. Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. Oh, so it's a Naoto from Persona 4 situation, I guess. He had chosen this as his way out. Now, nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Oh, Chihiro. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And what's that, 12 now?
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Oh, strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. But with that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so... that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
Another reason why Chihiro's... Yeah, Chihiro was honestly trying their best. But, well, when he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So, that's supposed to be Monokuma saying this, but, so he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. Yeah,
Correct.
they've made a little oopsie. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. They're allowed a couple oopsies. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Interesting. Second game near the tail end, there's a bunch of mistakes. Oh, really? Yikes. Seen a lot of spelling mistakes in the second game. Man, you gotta have quality control for that stuff. Come on. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
Double approval, yeah. That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Well, because then it's like, oh, dead in the girls' room.
Because...
It's a girl. Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Some honor in killing, I guess. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why did you... Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. What was his secret? The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat
How
myself.
many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Ooh. Well, he kept talking about his brother in the past tense. I was curious if we were going to find out what the deal was with that. Oh no. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. Mondo is even more worst boy. We don't know who his brother is, though. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Aniki! Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Vroom, vroom. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Oh, this is gonna be an accident. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna be this. He didn't kill him on purpose. He just blames himself for it. Also, wow. Oh... Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team, you and me, put together. It's a promise between men. Oh, going out like a crazy diamond. Hell yeah. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm
strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why. Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, My head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
Oh. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. So Mondo killed the best boy just so he could protect his probably illegal gang. Seriously, Mondo is worst boy, even worse than Fumpy. Mondo's not great, but I do kind of feel for the guy a bit. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am...
What?
I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. That is true, Monokuma is the worst boy. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
You making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Why'd you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? Man, Chihiro
just wanted to...
Oh, Chihiro was just opening up and then Mondo started projecting his own insecurities and freaked out and killed him. Oh no. No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. Monokuma is technically genderless. That is true. Monokuma is the worst of both genders, then. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed him. I killed
Mondo.
Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Yep. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. Oh. Can you hear me okay? Heads up in chat, can you hear me okay? Because, oh. Whoa. My light on my, okay, you can't, okay, I didn't cut out at all? Say, okay. I was like, say yes, okay. No cutting out, okay. Because the light on my microphone just went out, so I was worried that my connection just went. Okay, just checking. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory, for that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead and say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Oh yeah, Taka has sworn now. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean Execution?
Well now,
That's what I promised you, right?
now.
The Blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh no. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I don't feel good about this. I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Aw. Here we go. What is this punishment gonna be? Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Oh. I don't feel good about this. Music does slap. The Cage of Death. I do love how they do up these sequences. Better than Leon's death theme. I don't remember his off the top of my head. Oh. No, I remember what it was. I don't remember the music specifically. I don't know if the music changes for each of the deaths. Same music? Oh, okay. Because I remember what Leon's punishment was, I just couldn't remember what the music was, if it was any different. I'm sorry, what? That must be a pun in Japanese or something. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. You need butter for those pancakes. I don't know, I never find butter's a must for pancakes. Syrup, yes. Butter, I can do it with or without. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Taka is not having a good time. Is he about to do something stupid that's gonna get him killed? Yeah, aw, Taka. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again that he, of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane. You know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that? Best death in the series goes to Mondo? Oh. Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. Chilled me to the bone. Really, Kay? Best boy? Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library, as usual.
Honestly.
So, you ignored the nighttime rule, too? Because it's a... Yeah, it's a game. That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. You can like the garbage person because it's a game and it's not real people dying. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, and I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. Man, him and Monokuma are of the same mind, and it's kind of weird. You did all of that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that. Byakuya knows people are playing this visual novel, yeah. It's very entertaining. It is very entertaining, I'll give it that. To create a fake murder scene?
But
damn, man, if we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
I'm up next. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, I think that's 13, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself, I think 13.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. 14. Wow, we're really up in the count now.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh.
Oh, the noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up.
Ooh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. It's gonna make him more mad. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair, 15, kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair, 16.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Who is this?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward
17.
at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now.
No, I think
so
we're at
just
17.
do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Interesting. The plot thickens. Super ultra hyper, no, new denied. Oh, man. To be continued. Interesting. I got an item. Crazy diamond present. Wait, hold on. Yes, I do want to save. Okay, now, before this gets started on the next one, we're gonna call it here. I'm gonna save just one more time for safety. Watch a bit of the. No, I'm already way over time. We're gonna save that for next session. Or we're calling it here. No, we're gonna save it. Ultimate cliffhanger. Yes. So here, let me just. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for the stream today. I know we went few more minutes. No, guys, we're calling it here. I'm already like way over where I wanted to be. We're gonna pick it up next session. Hey, I'm keeping you in suspense, right? So I figure that'll start leading into chapter 3. It seemed like a good spot to call it, because otherwise I'm gonna get caught up in what's happening. I'm gonna lose. Anyway, we'll save it for the next session. So I'll be picking up next session on Monday. It's going to be Monday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to have all the details in the Twitter just below. As a bit of a reminder, if something comes up in the meantime, I'll be sure to let you know on Twitter. Suspense would have been better if you stayed for 5 more minutes. I'm already way over time than I wanted to be today. I wanted this to be 2 hours, and this trial ended up being 3 hours long. So, no, we're just going to leave it at this for today, though. We will continue on Monday night. We'll pick up right where we left off, and I'll find out what those minutes were. And if I should have played those extra few minutes, I will cop to it. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you enjoy your weekend. We'll be back at it again on Monday. Until then, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. Hope you have a good one.